This is what I mean by sewing, just holding it. So I'm going to run a stitch line down here and show you what I was doing on the wallet that I'm about to show you. I'm just going to use this piece of scrap here and run a stitch line. So this is what I mean by stitching, just freely and holding it. Sometimes you have to, because you say perhaps you have a bag turned inside out and it's all bulky and you have to run a stitch line. There's no way to put it in the pony, so you just do it by hand. You turn the bag inside out, you don't see it anyway, but sometimes I do just stitch like this. I'm just holding it. Normally it's, a small item, you just gotta run a few stitches through. But after I looked at my card holder that I had done a whole side like this, just holding it in my hand and just stitching this way, I noticed it didn't look that great. So I threw it in the stitching pony to do the other side, and that line is decent. That's what I'm going to show you, the difference. I never noticed when I'm stitching like this, just holding it, that it didn't look good. Maybe the others did, and I just happened to do a bad stitch line and it really popped out at me. But I mean, that's just holding it. I mean, that doesn't look too bad. The other one I did was like horrendous, where you'll see me cutting all the stitches and throwing it in the pony and getting a better line. I'm not a saddle stitch expert, but I do understand that you should repeat every stitch hole and do the same tension, the same direction. Maybe that was what I was doing wrong, but I just made a quick little video just to show you the difference. You can let me know in the comments if it's just me, or if you stitch by hand and without a stitching pony and get a nice line, then that means I need to work on that a little bit. But for now, I got a few beard comb holders that I just punched some holes, and I'm definitely going to put them in the pony. So, alright, let me flip you over to the other clip when I noticed my terrible stitching. Alright, here we go. So this is the stitch line I just did in the stitching pony. This line I did freestanding stitching like this. I did that whole line that way, and it looks like poop. In the stitching pony, on my lap. I think I'm doing it the same way, but obviously doing it by hand, doing it free, floating. You're not putting the needles in exactly the same way. You're not pulling the same direction with the same tension. There's the things like floating around while it's on the threads. So I guess I knew that, but I didn't stop to take a good look and see the difference. Especially this side. So, needless to say, stitching on my lap was a waste of time. And a waste of thread, because I'm cutting it away now. I'm going to redo it on the stitching pony. It has to look better than what I just showed you, right? Oh, it's in there pretty good. I'm sure there's plenty of you guys out there that can probably stitch a good line while you're holding it. But my skills aren't that good, I guess. So I won't bore you with this redo, but I just want to show you guys, especially if you're beginners, what I find the difference in just stitching on my lap and actually having it fixed in the stitching pony, where you get both hands free to pull the same tension, go the same direction, and try to do every stitch identical to the one before. And to me, it makes a difference. That's all I want to say today. See you next time.